Well, hello, and welcome to another Maione Magic Review. My name is Mike Maione, hence, these are my own reviews. If this is the first time you're visiting us, well, you should know that I buy everything that I review with my money, which means I feel I'm entitled to tell you what I don't like just as well as I can tell you what I do like. And frankly, there's something I don't like just about in every trick, but some a little more than others, and I'm going to share that with you. If you haven't already, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel, and when you do, there you'll see a little bell. Click the bell, and that will tell you, you'll be notified, that is, the next time I post a review. What are we reviewing this week? Well, this week we are reviewing Cognito by Lloyd Barnes and Owen Garfield. Well, what is Cognito? Well, I think the best way to give you a hint at what Cognito is to show you something that you probably had in the very first magic kit that you bought. Ah, yes, you remember these things. Yes, those are the magic cards. And do you recall how they worked? Well, you would ask your spectator to think of a number, in this case from 1 to 63, and you would show him the cards one at a time and sort them in two piles, or a pile that had the number included and a pile that did not have the number included. Let's say, for example, you pick the number 11. You see that it's on the blue card, the red card, and the green card. Now, the trick was you would add up the number in the top left corner, 1, 2, and 8, and that would tell you that the magic number, or the selected number, was 11. It's binary arithmetic, basically. You have, in binary arithmetic, you have ones and zeros, and all the numbers are made up of ones and zeros. And that's basically how the trick works. Now, if you've been looking at this review, it's probably because you've seen a little bit of the Cognito marketing. And in fact, you've probably been floored by this little piece.
No.
Did you type it?
No.
Is there any way on earth I could possibly know?
No.
I want this girl to come to every magic show I do for the rest of my life. She is the most expressive woman. And to think all the magician did, all the mentalist did, was to determine what her astrological sign was. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone could possibly get that kind of reaction from Cognito, but this is a more pedestrian presentation. Didn't get quite that reaction. It's something I did. And well, let's take a look at it. Hello, Rohit and Victoria. Are you ready to try a little experiment with me? We're going to do a little bit of mind reading. What you can see is this is my my cell phone, and I have it right here in front of me. And here is what I want you to do is, before you look at this, I want you to decide, think of a letter in the alphabet. Can you think of any letter in the alphabet, Victoria?
Mm-hmm.
Have you got one in mind?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you see that letter on the screen right now?
Yes, actually.
Yes, you do? Okay. Mm-hmm. What I want you to do then is, there's probably an animal associated with that. Mm-hmm. So think of that animal. Okay, think of the animal. All right, good. Okay, do you see it in this screen?
No.
You don't see it in this screen. Okay. Do you see that letter you're thinking of in this screen?
No.
No. Okay. And how about this screen?
Nope.
No. Goodness. What about this screen?
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You do. Okay. All right. What I want you to do is I want you to think of that animal that you had. All right? Sort of picture that animal in your mind if you can. Okay? Okay, I'm going to see if I can draw that animal. I think I got it. All right. What animal were you thinking of?
Should I tell you?
Yeah.
Quail. Dun dun dun.
Nice.
Nice.
So it wasn't the greatest presentation. The preset was a pretty nice preset. That's what they call the little presentations that you do. It's a preset, and the series of pictures. I created that from the app, and I can tell you, it takes a while. And the reason I share that with you is because I want you to know that I really spent time looking at and experimenting with this application. So let's take a look at the pros first. Well, it's an app, and isn't it nice to have a piece of mentalism or magic you can do with you all the time? That's great. That's nice. That's a nice thing. It's a very clever use of technology to update a very old principle, the binary arithmetic concept. Years old. I don't know where it started, but it goes back a ways. It's relatively easy to perform. It comes with some presets in it, and you can go right into it. It does take some work to set up, though, so that comes up on the con screen. It's good for close-up. It's good for strolling. It's especially good for when you have a really small audience, maybe of one, because that person gets the full impact of the presentation. So and then they participate in it. They're looking and they're telling you what they see and what they don't see. So for one person, it's strong. And as you can see, you could do it on Zoom, so it's good for Zoom. There are some other things I like about it. I like the Facebook group because it's filled with very, very creative people who create the presets and share them. So if you like it, in fact, they even post them on a website that you would register yourself to and be able to download them very easily. So if somebody did something very nice with dice, let's say, you could use that preset. What I especially like is they really take advantage of the technology that's in your smartphone. So there's multiple input methods. The input method could be something as simple as the way you swipe on your screen, or it could be the way you tilt your screen, or it could be how long you look at your screen. So it uses multiple input methods. There are multiple ways for you to find out what they picked. You can use your smartphone. You can look at the screen. You could even, if you had an audio device, hear what the selected piece was. That's great. That is really clever use of the technology, and I appreciate that. I enjoy that. Obviously, and this makes it even more special. The spectator could use it on her phone. So if you were to upload your pictures to an Instagram, for example, as long as you had a method of putting the information into your phone and could tell when she was swiping because she saw the picture or didn't, if you could tell when she saw it and when she didn't see the image, and you could put that into your phone somehow, either through your pocket or actually with it in your hand in a natural or concealed manner, then you could learn what the item that she selected was with her just using her phone. That's cool. That's nice. You can do it on a phone or a tablet, but because the formats are different, you have to do a fair amount of work to convert from the telephone to your tablet. It has, and I say, adequate video instructions. There's lots and lots of video on their website, but I guess the first video had some errors in it, which show you it tells you to do things that I frankly couldn't do on my phone. So I give the video instructions. I just say they're adequate. They're not excellent, but they're adequate. And they have some updates in there that you can look at. Which, talking about, they frequently update the app, which I really like because they add new features to it, which is great, and they fix the bugs, and there are some bugs. So let's talk about the cons. It's an app. Just like I like that it's an app and you have it with you all the time, a lot of people know about apps, and because they know about apps, they may be saying, "Well, it's an app." So, of course, that's negated if you're going to use the pictures on your Instagram and you're going to input the information in your phone without someone knowing it. But that's a consideration. So it's an app. Maybe a layperson doesn't. But does anybody not know about magic apps at this point? I don't know. Now you have pictures on your phone that you're, pardon me, that you're swiping through. Why do you have pictures of playing cards or flashcards on your phone? I don't know. Do you take pictures of your playing cards? I never take pictures of my playing cards. I just don't. I mean, why would I have that on my phone? So you need to have a plausible reason, I think, for having those pictures on your phone. Why do you have those? It's weird, isn't it? Kind of weird. What kind of strange man are you that you have pictures of playing cards, some in this picture and some in that picture, and they're not, and they're in this, but this card is in this picture. But I don't know. It's kind of strange. So you need some kind of justification for that. Hey, you're not going to get this set up in 5 minutes. You're not going to put the app in and do it. No, there's some setup work that you have to do, and it's not always the easiest. It took me a while to get it right. And, I don't know if it was a problem with my telephone, my smartphone, or if it was a problem with the app, or they just had the wrong directions. But you have to take a picture that's going to be your performance screen, right? And it involves, you have to make a picture that looks like the background of your photo album. Right. So as you swipe, you see the image at the top and the bottom that has the date and that kind of stuff. And you have to edit that picture. Well, it wouldn't edit on my phone. I don't know. I tried several different times to do that. I literally had to send that picture to my computer, edit it on Photoshop, and then send it back to my phone. To me, that's a little difficult to set up. I don't know why it was so difficult, but it was. The app is a little buggy. It was more buggy, a month ago. Less buggy now, but it's still buggy. There's still some issues with it. Now we're kind of getting into the important components that I think you need to be aware of. Think back at that magic cards. Is your number on this card? Is your number on this card? Is your number on this? 6 cards you had to go through and find your number, and then you would learn the number. How strong an effect is that? It's kind of process heavy, indirect, it's long, and you know what? It's not very interesting to anybody but the person you're doing it to. So to me, that's an important issue. And probably the most important issue to me is the fact that let's see if I can show you this. The pictures are small. I mean, here's a preset that they have. It's called it's a preset that uses playing cards. You're asked to, the way you would do this is you ask somebody to think of a card. Now this is a preset that they would already have. Okay, think of a card. Is your card in this picture? And then you'd swipe. Is your card in that picture? That's a lot of stuff to look at and pretty small. So to me, I'm very concerned about that. I think, it's too easy to not find the card in that. So I think that's an issue. It's also why I think I like the fact that you could do it on a tablet, because then the picture can be a little bit bigger. So that's an issue. So what do I give Cognito overall? I give it 3.5 stars. Now, if I had to score it a month ago when I got it, it would get 3 stars. It gets a half a star more because they've fixed some of the bugs. Most of the bugs, and they've added new features, which make it a little bit, in my opinion, better. But given that it's so small, given that it's kind of a process-heavy presentation that you're going to have, I'm not going to give it 5 stars or even 4 stars. So I give it 3.5 stars. Now, it may be perfect for you. You might like the fact that you can do it in your hand. You might like the fact that you can use it you can use multiple input methods and get peaks in multiple ways. You might like the fact that you can create your own presentations and not have to use just the presentations that come with it. And you might find a really good reason to have pictures on your phone that have these variety of different items on it. Maybe it's graffiti in bathroom walls, which you might actually take pictures of. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I collect graffiti. Look at this one. And I've organized these graffitis this guy writes these numbers, and look at these numbers, telephone numbers. Every telephone number is the number you're thinking of on this one. Okay, so maybe you could do it that way. All different methods, I suppose. So if it's right for you, then get it. It's $40. It's available because it's a Murphy's product. It's available at murphysmagic.com. So there you go. That's my review of Cognito. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you have a question or a comment, please write it in the comments down below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and hit the bell so that you'll be notified the next time we post a review. And until we do post another review, we'll have some fun reading minds.